You will need a 9 by 12 inch piece of brown felt, scissors, brown thread, a needle, stuffing, and dry rice. First, you'll want to cut out the two mole patterns. As you can see, I have already cut them both out.
Now say you had a mole of pennies to distribute round the world, give to each of the 5
This is the shape of the side of the body, and this here is the stomach. I will be cutting 2 of the side pieces from the brown felt.
And stacked it toward the sky. Paper's awful thin, but that pile would get so high.
Trace the pieces with a black marker and cut.
80 billion times. And a mole is a unit, or have you heard?
For the side body piece, you'll need to flip it over like so, and trace this side also. In total, you will have 3 brown felt pieces.
Now suppose a mold of marshmallows fell upon the planet.
Next, take the one side pattern and align the nose with the nose of the stomach.
Close to 5 million trillion tons.
Be sure to leave the black marker tracings on the outside. That way, when you fold the mole inside out, the black marker will not show. Next, you want to set this aside for the next half.
Containing 6 times 10 to the 23rd, that's a 6 with 23 zeros at the end. Much too big a number.
The brown thread will be about the length of both arms.
But say you had a mole of atoms, would the pile be immense? Should I say the answer now or leave you in suspense? Well, atoms are so very, very small, you understand. You could hold a mole of atoms in the palm.
It will be folded in half to create a stronger thread.
In the middle of your palm. Now you don't want to spill it, so try and stay calm. You hardly can imagine and barely realize there are more atoms in that sugar than stars up in the sky. And the mole is a unit, or have you
Pick up the needle
6 times 10 to the
and slide the eye of the needle through one end of the thread.
zeros at the end, much too big a number to comprehend. Give it all you got and go for the mole. Learning lots of chemistry has gotta be your goal. And when you make the grade, it'll be your finest hour. Remember, 6.02 times 10.
Tie the bottom of both threads together as shown.
Great Olympic Games, where athletes come and go for the gold. Chemistry class is just like that, except you've got to go for the mold. You've got to give it all you've got and go for the mold. Learning lots of chemistry.
Pick up the side pattern aligned with the stomach pattern, and at the nose, slide the needle through.
6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power. Think about that big Olympic torch. Yeah, it's just like a Bunsen burner flame. And that
Loop
test
around
Friday,
and pull the needle through
just
its
like
own hole.
running a race. When you come in first, they'll shout out your name. You've got to give it all you've got and go for the mold. Learning lots of chemistry has gotta be your goal. And when you make the grade, it'll be your finest hour. Remember, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power.
Start a blanket stitch by looping around to the opposite side. Do so until you reach the tail of the mole.
of effort in your lab work. And though you may not win a medal for your report, at least you know that you'll be ready when they make titration the next Olympic sport. You've got to give it all you've got and go for the mold. Learning lots of chemistry has got to be your goal. And when you make the grade, it'll be your finest hour. Remember, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power. And give it all you got and go for the mold. Learning lots of chemistry has gotta be your goal. And when you make the grade, it'll be your finest hour. Remember, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power.
Once you've sewn to the tail, pick up the third piece of felt. This is another side piece. As you align the paw and the nose, be sure that the black marker tracings are on the outside.
Some say it all began in Egypt, many years ago BC. They work with different metals, glass, and dyes, and that may have been the start of...
Pick up the needle and thread and keep sewing.
Then there came the Middle Ages, and a brand new chapter started to unfold. Alchemists mixed different stuff together, trying to change lead into gold. And it's a new millennium, who knows what will come, but I think we're gonna see good things in chemistry. The 19th century was all about the atom, and all about how atoms rearrange. They discovered the electron in 1897, and oh, how the world began to change.
You will want to sew along this edge, from the nose to the tail, and also along his back from his nose to about 2 inches away from his tail.
And it's a new millennium, who knows what will come, but I think we're gonna see good things in chemistry.
After you're done sewing the back, you will need to have left a 2-inch gap before the tail.
Chemistry is called the central science. I don't know, I just think it's...
To cut the thread, make one more stitch,
things and watching how they change before my eyes. Hey, it's my favorite
and before
class in
closing,
school.
loop the needle back through the thread hole.
Keeps getting more exciting.
This will keep the thread from
It's
unraveling.
amazing how far it has come. I can't wait to see what's gonna
Next,
happen.
reach through the hole
Now we're in that new
to grab the nose of the mole.
and it's a new
Turn the mole inside out,
Who knows
or in
what
this
will
case,
come.
right side
But
out.
I think we're gonna see good things in chemistry. And it's a new millennium, and who knows what will come. But I think we're gonna see good things in chemistry.
And also, make sure to push out the paws.
Things in chemistry. Good things in chemistry.
Now take the stuffing and through the gap, push the stuffing all the way in the mold.
On October 23rd, a stranger with dark eyes rode slowly into town. He walked into the gambling hall and put his money down. He tipped his hat and said, Avogadro is my name. And instead of poker, we're gonna play a different game. In poker, you've heard of an ace in the hole. In chemistry, you gotta have an ace in the mole. And when you understand the mole, it's like an ace in the hole. Let that be your goal to get an ace in the mole.
Pour all the dry rice
You can rest assured
into the mole
6.02 times 10 to the 20.
to weigh down his backside.
He said, I'll deal you a question. So ante up your pay. How much is one little atom of copper gonna weigh? You can use the number in a mole and the molar mass. Hurry now, do your best, or you'll never pass. Well, I drew my
Finally, string more thread onto the needle,
He stood next to me and watched my work
then
with
sew the gap
eagle
closed.
I get 1.05 times 10 to the minus 22nd. Mighty small mass, he said, but you're right, I reckon. And when you understand the mole, it's like an ace in the hole. Let that be your goal to get an ace.
Sew the
in
gap
mole.
tightly so none of the
Every
rice
string
or
gets
stuffing
easier,
falls out.
You can rest assured with 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. And he said, I got a question that will really spin your head. How many atoms?
And voila!
in a
The
single
mole should
gram
look
of
something
lead?
like this.
Such a tiny mass? Well, there cannot be a lot. Think this question about lead is worth a shot? And I said,
You
can't
can
fool
even
me,
dress
I
your
know
mole up
atoms
to
are
look
so
like
small. While there's
Mulsa.
so many atoms in that gram of lead, you couldn't count them all. I showed him my answer.
or even Elmo.
He dipped his head and cursed. 2.905
Thanks for
times 10
watching.
to the 21st.